Good morning, fellow Kenyans. Today I would like to continue with the topic of inflation in relation of recently move by government of increasing its key lending interest rate by 50 basis points in order to control our economy. All over the world, various countries are battling this animal called inflation. Both United States, Europe, and Asia, most central banks have embarked on similar measure of raising their interest rate. Interest rate is actually one of the tools used by central bank to curb inflation. As I have previously stated that interest rate is a key to control the flow of cash into the economy. If interest rate is raised, the rate of flow of money into the economy will decline as a result of inability of its citizen to borrow money when it is costlier. Because we previously mentioned that interest rate is the cost for money. So when money becomes expensive, less people can be able to access it. And therefore, less money will be pumped into the economy. This creates a situation whereby people will not be able to afford expensive things, therefore they will go for the alternative. As a result, the expensive thing will have to do whatever they can in order to reduce their price to reach a point or an equilibrium point whereby the majority can be able to afford. So what happened exactly up until we find ourselves into this situation? As I previously mentioned, during Corona time, economic activity went down as a result of measures that government used to protect its citizens against this deadly virus. One of the stringent measures that was introduced was lockdown, which has had a direct impact toward production of goods and service and also creation of employment. So when people don't have jobs, it means they don't have money to buy the product. But at the same time, those products were also not produced. Therefore, it's created some kind of a balance into the economy. There was no excess money, and at the same time, there was no excess supply as a result of declined production due to lockdown. When government started to support its citizens by pumping money into the economy in the form of stimulus package, it created a situation whereby people can be able to get money without necessarily producing anything. As a result, people are having money, but the product that was circulating into the economy were few. Therefore, too much money was chasing after very few products. So those products available, because of their high in demand, automatically the prices went up. The other factor that led to this or contributed to this situation was the price of oil. Surprisingly, initially, when government introduced lockdown, the price of oil went down in the same direction of the production activity. Because when there's a production activity goes high, also the consumption of oil goes high. So what happened? The price of oil came down from an average of $57 per barrel to $13 per barrel. So as we battling coronavirus, somehow the government, thank God, they came up with vaccine, and therefore most countries begin to lift those stringent measures. Hence, economic activity started to crop up. Remember, those countries that were producing oil, because the price of oil went down, they suffer negatively due to the reduction of oil price, because the economy are heavily reliant on oil revenue. What happened is that they were forced to reduce some of the industry activity that related to the oil production. So once the economy started to improve as a result of the successful story of the vaccine, and therefore lockdown were started to be uplifted, as the economic activity rise, the production of oil did not catch up with the rate of increased economic activity. Therefore, it's created a situation whereby there was a high demand for oil at a time when there was a lesser supply of oil into the market. Therefore, the price risen from $13 up until $75 to $80 per barrel, and it stabilized that there for some time. Then another factor kicked in, the Russian and the Ukraine crisis. Russia is one of the largest oil producer country in the world. So whatever happened to that country, it will definitely have some kind of an impact toward its supply. The Russia-Ukraine crisis actually pushed the price of oil from $75 per barrel to actually $127 per barrel. This creates a ripple effect globally, because oil is being used and permeate to almost every product that we use in our household. Hence, it's created a ripple effect toward price and production increase of those goods and services. That is why we are where we are as far as the price of goods and services are concerned. Now, there's also another situation whereby Ukraine and Russia happen to be the largest producer of wheat and sunflower, which are key products in almost every household. You won't finish a day without at least consuming at least one of those products. Because there is a crisis in those regions, obviously the transportation system and routes were disrupted. Hence, it's created bottlenecks toward smooth flow of goods and service in and out of those regions, which contributed to the disruption we are now seeing. So that is where we are at the moment. And in the next video, I would like to continue and dive deeper onto this issue of inflation. Thank you, Kenyans.